Hi, it's Ileana. Today we are going to cover the remote viewing, what is under Florida, beginning of Middle, Inner Earth, Iraq, and Iran. Remote viewing, what is under Orlando, Florida, November 14th, 2022. Above on the surface, there is normal land with many buildings here crowded. It feels crowded on the surface. Under Orlando, Florida, there is a long shaft corridor. U.S. military knows about this underground facility. Giant space and center of operations, but no living giants here. There is vortex energy, huge amounts of energetic flow and power flow for harvesting the use of portals and portal technology, gathering large stores of energy. The vortex energy is used for massive portal activations and creating portal entrances underground. Time codes activation device to connect to inner earth portals. Secret room to harness vortex energies. Spheres of light technology hovering above the operations tables and activating portal systems. Operator chairs for time sequence manipulation, holographic visors above the operator's chairs. Operations facility has 3 entrances labeled main entrance, right tunnel entrance 1, and left tunnel entrance 2. Beyond the operations facility, there is sewage from treatment plants leaching underground. Smells bad, not treated at all. What is beyond the operations room and the vortex energy? Going beyond the land, then comes the ocean with water leading to a massive natural portal system, entering inner earth where there is the tree of life with seeds of life for age regression, curing diseases, fountain of youth, leaking body regeneration water to some parts above Florida areas, cap it off before the humans discover these secrets. And this is what the remote viewing looks like. This is the drawings of it. Everything that was just described as the impressions, what was received in the remote viewing itself. This is the drawing for it. So you could see what everything looks like. That's what's under Orlando, Florida. Now going to Target 2, remote viewing grid line map scan of Florida, United States, November 17th, 2022. Are there any giants named Quetzalcoatl, Viracocha, Ninjazita, or Kukulkan underneath Florida? Are they Anunnaki? No giants that are Anunnaki under Florida. Side note, there are ancient mounds in Florida that were built by the Tocobaga Native Americans. These sites are, with the mounds, Lake Jackson Mounds State Park, Letchworth Love Mounds Archaeological State Park, Crystal River Archaeological State Park Ceremonial Center and Burial Mounds, huge research facility under the ocean near the Gulf of Mexico and to the left of Florida. Investigate this further. There are Anunnaki giants guarding portal systems leading to the inner earth locations. Near the portal systems, there are arc walls with blue holographic template technology, which connect the Anunnaki consciousness of the 2 guardians in the holding tubes on either sides of the arc walls, so that these gates are not activated into the wrong locations. The Anunnaki work with various crystal technologies to oscillate the frequencies of portals and portal entrances in where they are programmed to be dialed in for coordinates, and there is safeguards put in where the portal sequences are monitored. Giants deep under the water, but not underground. Large energy fields prevent them from waking up. Large energy fields causes weather modification. This is not natural. Looks like purposefully made energetic grid lines around certain parts of Florida for disturbing the weather and causing large masses of air currents, rain to come to Florida and rise above the state, causing hurricanes and flooding. From Panama City going all the way to Sarasota, Florida, there is a giant portal system network here that leads to inner Earth. Under Orlando, Florida, there is a portal operations facility with large amounts of vortex energy being harnessed. So this is the grid line scan that I did of Florida. This is how you can do remote viewing by having a huge target, like a huge state, for example. Then you can look at the different parts of the state and see what's under the state, on it, and around it. It's kind of a preliminary remote viewing investigation. So no giants that are on Anunnaki under Florida itself, but giants guarding portal systems leading to inner Earth underwater, and huge research facility under the ocean near Gulf of Mexico and to the left of Florida. So these were key points that I saw when I was looking at a huge grid scan of Florida. Also, that portal operations facility with the vortex energy under Orlando, Florida, and the huge giant portal system leading to inner Earth from Panama City to Sarasota, and another huge portal system off of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, so that's interesting. This stuff is incredible. And doing this grid work stuff, I don't know what to expect. I honestly don't know what will come out of it until I actually do it. In remote viewing, you can set a target and you can set coordinates, longitude and latitude. You can do it with the alphanumeric numbers or just keywords. Simple keywords. You're not front loading yourself with anything. You're just asking a question. Because again, I was asked, are there giants under Florida? So this is a huge open-ended question, and I did not want to be front-loaded with any type of information at all, and no expectation that there's giants under Florida. I have zero expectation of anything when I'm remote viewing. Whatever the target is whatever the result will be. I cannot change the target results. So this is why I did this large grid scan of Florida. Just drawing the state itself, everything that could be in Florida or is in Florida, whatever comes up as things that are here that are big or even small, they'll pop up in this grid scan. So that's what I did because I needed to see the big picture. And boy, is there a big picture here, obviously. So this is what the arc wall with Anunnaki portal guards protecting the portal systems looks like. That's the blue energy. This is the closest likeness I could find. The guards, the Anunnaki guards, are actually in holding tubes. This is the closest I could find of what this actual wall, arc wall, looks like, and that blue holographic technology on the arc wall. And this is what the Anunnaki look like using crystal technologies to program portal systems. That's what that looks like. And they have, obviously, crystal stations where they could put a crystal in that and holographically program portal systems using the crystalline technology. And they're wearing smart suits. Actually, some of these Anunnaki that came to Earth 450,000 years ago, they had advanced technology. They had motherships, they had environmental suits for when they go mining for gold. They are wearing protective shielding technology so that their bodies are not damaged by anything in Earth environments that could be dangerous to them. They had advanced technology and still do. Target number 3, Remote Viewing Florida Research Facilities, November 17, 2022. Deep underwater facility where Anunnaki giants are stored in stasis pods. This is a research facility that cannot be penetrated by any radar system. It is below the ocean but runs parallel to Florida, and the tunnel systems do go under Florida as connectors. The facility has energetic shielding around it, so it cannot be physically seen, and it is almost like there is a slight time-space variance that keeps it in its own protective pocket in 3D reality, but slightly outside of it, so the facility cannot be easily found or detected. The secret research facility under the ocean is near the Gulf of Mexico, with various tunnel systems leading to Florida. This facility is to the left of Florida. From what the remote viewing showed, there is 15 levels to the research facility. There are rows of stacked pod-like structures where giants are kept in stasis, and then prison cells for large and aggressive extraterrestrials that are dangerous. The extraterrestrials are large and tall, exotic-looking beings. Some can range even close to 40 feet tall. They can look like monsters to us, as they don't look human. Prison cells look like square to pyramid-shaped structures to hold at least 2 beings inside each cell. Various versions of wave field and light field frequency inversions are used to keep the monster-like aggressive extraterrestrials docile and under physical control in their prison cells, so they do not attempt to escape the prison facility. It is like the beings are frozen in time to keep them immobile. Remote viewing showed that there are shafted tunnel systems which go underground. Transport vehicles are used to come to the lower levels of the cells where the extraterrestrials are kept prisoners. These transport vehicles travel through the shafted tunnel systems. There are portals for the submarines to enter the research facility and the prison system underneath it. Huge underground tunnel systems for travel with stasis pods attached on the sides of the tunnels. For extra pods, these are temporary sleeping chambers, which are now empty. There are 3 of these chambers with 3 stasis pods inside. This large tunnel system is on the right side of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean. A secondary huge set of tunnel systems is also used for travel, as well as storing ancient artifacts. That is on the right side of Florida as well in the Atlantic Ocean. The research facility and the prison system are close to the Gulf of Mexico on the left side of Florida, not too far away from the inner Earth portal system, which is a large stream of energy having open and active portals leading to inner Earth locations. Remote viewing indicates that there are 7 tunnel systems that connect the research facility and prison to underground connections with Florida, and also leading to the Bermuda Triangle areas. And in the middle here we have that research facility and the prison. That's off to the Gulf of Mexico, and there's the inner Earth portal system stream, huge portal. There's portals for submarines to enter, various tunnels. There's Florida itself, and that's just for reference point, why Florida is being shown and what's next to it and around it, what the facilities are, what the portal systems are, to give you an idea. It's a very deep underwater facility there and prison. And it looks like the prison cells are square with sarcophagus-like features. It's interesting what the prison cells looks like, and the shafts with the stasis pods. And then we go to target number 4, remote viewing inner Earth, middle Earth, tree of life, seeds of life, fountain of youth, sphere of light, November 17th, 2022. Portal, gateway from the ocean near Florida, United States, leads to inner Earth location. Beginning location from middle Earth leading deeper to central inner Earth. The portal stream off to the left of Florida leads to inner Earth, in this case, to the beginning of the middle part of inner Earth, where there is a cathedral-like energetic chamber with colorful rainbow energy frequencies, with all the colors of the living life essences. In this cathedral chamber, with its protective refractory living life essences, energies, there in the middle is the tree of life with the seeds of life growing on it, for extending life force energies to live longer and have body healing as well as physical and soul regeneration, not to be sick, heal diseases, and soul trauma. On the left-hand side of the tree of life is the fountain of youth, for life force regeneration and becoming younger, both physically and in the soul frequencies, reversing the ravages of time and space living in 3D environments. On the right-hand side of the tree of life is the sphere of light, which helps souls with their life path evolutionary stages, ascension, and to gain knowledge about future life path renewal, what is for the highest good of your lifetime that you are leading now, along with guidance being shown in regards to possibilities in future lifetimes. There is healing energy flow coming from the inner Earth systems. So this is in the middle, the tree of life with the seeds of life, for life extending energies, for life force and living longer. The fountain of youth, again for life regeneration and becoming younger. And the sphere of light for ascension and life path renewal. And then under all of that, you have the healing energy flow coming from the inner Earth systems. This is what that stuff looks like. Then you have target number 5, remote viewing what is under Nippur, Iraq, November 17th, 2022. Ancient structures on the surface, not modern buildings. This was a large city center at one point. Deep sands, feels hot going underground. A lot of vapor streaming to carved out cavern systems. Not man-made from Earth technologies, tunneled with extraterrestrial crystal technology. Ice-like tech, but crystal diamond based that carved these cavern systems. The remote viewing is showing that there are underground systems and cavern systems leading to the holding chambers, where the 3 holding tubes are located within separate chamber rooms. There are holding containers, tube-like, to store large beings inside the cavern systems with room chambers. So the holding containers that are these tubes, they're like stasis pods, similar to that. These beings can be up to 14 to 16 feet in height. The chambers have a cooling temperature so the holding tubes are not damaged. Each of the 3 chambers have their own entrance point. Currently there are 2 beings in these holding tubes. Sometimes they have a hard time breathing, but the cool temperatures keep them inert. The 2 males are 13 feet tall and have longish dark hair, large craniums with big eyes. Their bones and skeletons are reinforced with thick densities of material, much stronger bone structures than humans. Originally, there were 3 holding tubes. Each tube is in its own chamber room. The third holding tube, with a female body that is 11 feet tall and blonde, was moved to a different location under Kerman, Iran, under Tehran and Kerman, Iran, for safety reasons. These females' genetics is different than the 2 males. No crossbreeding lines can be contaminated. That is why she was moved. The males have close to 6-stranded DNA, and the female has almost 5-stranded DNA. The males are from the Anara line, and the female is from the Anuksa line, or otherwise called Anukha. Two separate Anunnaki species from the Andara family bloodlines of the Anura main Anunas. The three beings are close to 7,500 Earth years old, but about 10,000 years space-time, their time, is not the same time as ours, where they came from, on the two planets named Ashtari and Anshara. Antri means life-giving essence, the worlds of our forefathers, and life anew begins elsewhere as more life is created. So life continues in the ever-circling creation cycles. So it's quite interesting that these holding tubes were found in the remote viewing in Nippur under Iraq, and the female's body was moved to Kerman, Iran, and also in the area. There's stuff, the reason why it was moved to Kerman, Iran, it's older to Tehran, Iran, which is an ancient city as well. There's Anunnaki ships under Tehran. So it was moved, the female's body was moved closer to another Anunnaki holding site in Iran. Just to explain why I'm talking about two different cities in Iran. The three beings in the holding tubes have their own individual body protection suits that keep them safe from being exposed to viruses, disease, or other imperfect genetic elements on Earth. Further down beyond the sandy desert lines, there is a stream of energy leading to a portal sequence with pillars and a rock-like activation portal gate. The metallic components of this portal system were stripped a long time ago and moved to an undisclosed location, so the portal was deactivated, not active now. And this is what the holding tubes look like in the underground chambers under Nippur, Iraq, where the two male Anunnaki are in stasis, and the female's holding tube is empty. Her body has been moved under Kerman, Iran, closer to the Tehran city where the Anunnaki spaceships are. So this stuff goes from Iran, Iraq, Iran. Those are ancient Mesopotamian sites where Anunnaki were active at one point, and there's still stuff that remains there, ancient stuff, from what we can see, underground systems, cavern systems that were carved out with diamond technology, of all things. Entrances into these chambers that have climate controls to keep these holding tubes, or kind of like stasis pods, working with the beings inside. It's quite interesting what's there. And here is that portal that is not currently active because the metallic parts were dismantled from it and moved. It looks like it has pillars, then the main portal central entryway into it. That's what that looks like, with the rock-like features, with the portal gate and the pillars. And target number 6, remote viewing. Are there ships hidden underground from Iraq to Tehran, Iran? November 27th, 2022. And the reason why I decided to go all the way to Tehran, Iran, because there's Kerman, Iran, where the female Anunnaki's body was moved. And there's also Tehran, Iran, where there's Anunnaki motherships. Well, at least to me, what looked like a huge mothership, and another one trying to retrieve it. So it looks like huge motherships to me. The surface has a combination of modern and ancient buildings. There is a large city, many buildings and homes, as well as a tower. That's Tehran. huge guard ships with plasma fields protecting the outer layers. Some of these are underground. Ships look rock-like and elongated with wide structures but made out of smooth, dark metal. There are 4 of these ships located on planet Earth, 2 between Iraq and Iran, and the other 2 are underneath jungles in South America. These are part of the original Anunnaki Fleet Protectorate Guard ships. The Protectorate Guard ships are between 9,500 to 10,000 years old. So that's how old they are. So these Protectorate ships would have arrived on Earth about 9,500 to 10,000 years ago. Originally, the Anunnaki came to Earth 450,000 years ago. Then they started their genetic experiments 300,000 to 200,000 years ago to genetically augment the human-like beings that were already here on Earth, to shift them to Homo sapiens through genetic modification. The ancient motherships have waveform technology that can activate energetic generators in order to pull things out of the ground, like long-forgotten artifacts, crafts, holding tubes, etc., so that these technologies do not get into the wrong hands. And the motherships, they're cloaked, so nobody can see them. Even if one is hovering, say, above Tehran, Iran, you're not going to see it. So there's both modern and older type buildings in Tehran, Iran, and there's a huge Anunnaki Protectorate Guard ship underground, underneath the city, deep underground. And it looks like one of these Anunnaki cloaked ships was trying to use that waveform technology to retrieve the other big Anunnaki guard ship from underground. This is what I saw in the remote viewing. So they were trying to retrieve their technology, and they were cloaked. The Anunnaki haven't really left Earth. There's still Anunnaki around here. Some of them are in stasis, some of them are in prison cells, and some of them are in ships or in underground facilities or bases. So this is what the remote viewing has revealed. Thank you so much, and namaste.